Hello all, Onigato here for Oni in the Garden, and we're going to start with the oregano, which is oreganoing on. I do see several of those garlics coming up in the middle of it, so yeah, that's going to be a thing. It's not been too cold, and it's not been, well, it has been kind of cold. Temperatures down in the high 30s for the last couple of weeks, but that polar vortex, it doesn't affect us too badly. It's cold though. Decided what we're doing with this bed. We've put down daffodils and purple irises. I have no idea if any of the purple irises are going to come up at all, just because they were given to us about 2 years ago, the bulbs, and they looked like they sprouted somewhat in the bag. So, in the tray there are blueberry seeds, raspberry seeds, and blackberry seeds, maybe? I think there are blackberry seeds in there. If any of them come up, I will be surprised, because they were fruit that was gotten from the supermarket, and, you know, I was eating them, and I decided to save some of the seeds off of it. So, yeah, maybe. The basil is looking really rough. The new leaves look pretty decent, but some of the old leaves are just looking really rough. The safflower that is next to it, they're all looking kind of small, but they're looking fine. Okay. Over there, that's the container that had the snow peas in it, which I will show you in a moment. In this bed are some of the other... I'm going to leave the strawberries in there, but I put in the daffodils and the irises. That right there and right there, those are a pair of irises that the mother-in-law gave us for the wife's birthday. So, huzzah. The mescaline mix looks interesting. I have no idea what it's going to do, but it looks like it's going to try something. They are starting to get a little bit bigger. That strawberry has actually thrown 2 berries, which is kind of surprising, or at least 2 flowers. I don't think I'm actually getting any berries off of it, but you get what you can. That is cilantro, or the seed is coriander, and hopefully I'll actually get something out of it before it decides to get too hot. This pot is supposed to be carrot, and I do see some plant that looks like it might be carrots. Right up there's one, there's a couple over there. Most of this looks like it might actually be catnip for some reason. Kind of got that seed looking thing, so don't know. I do have over here the asparagus, whatever, the asparagus crowns. I've transplanted most of the crowns into the backyard, along the back fence, and I'll show you those here in a little bit. I've still got 2 crowns in there. I'm probably just going to leave them as they sit, at least this year. That bag there is daikon and some more carrots, and I am seeing some of the carrots come up in an impressive fashion. So hopefully we'll get something useful out of that shortly. I'm seeing a lot of weeds in my yard that, well, not weeds, because I really want them there, but not where they happen to be, type thing. Over here, this is also more daffodils and irises to go next to the spiderworts. We will beat the grass. We will beat the grass. Over here by the apple tree, which is, admittedly, today's like the 4th of February, and it's finally changed leaf colors, so yeah. The wife has scattered a lot more of the flowery seeds, and she put down a couple of daffodils and irises over the kitty's grave. So my yard is a mess and needs to be mowed. But the sooner I can get this to work, the less I will ever have to mow. 0 mowing is the goal. That is another spot with irises and daffodils. So we'll see what we get. Over here, raised bed. These are where the snow peas went. There's about a hand's breadth, sometimes a little bit more, between each of those snow peas. I do have a lot of the cucumbers coming up in kind of a chunk type thing, which is fine. The beets, I have to call them beets because I have no other name for them, are looking pretty good, especially since I opened them up a little bit. I cut back this pile of mesclun partially because I wanted to see what other things would possibly come up, partially because I just wanted to throw it in there to mulch down and, you know, give me some of those nutrients back. The stuff is still fiery hot. And then I'm guessing they're turnips. They're doing better though. I think they're getting a little bit more light at this point. So that's something. No idea what that is. But I don't really care either. Back in that corner, I've got blue bonnets down. So, and some Indian paintbrush and a few other locally native flowers. So we're going to come over here and check things out over on the side. The blueberry, in theory, should have started coming up. I'm not seeing anything, and what I am seeing is kind of depressing because it's losing the green color to the sticks. So I might still get something out of it. I don't know. The blackberry, though, it's slowed down significantly, but I am still seeing new growth, and it is still trying to put on, you know, distance. So I can see a runner going out all the way to there. I should probably pull that runner up and pull it up onto the fence itself properly, but I probably won't, just because it's a lot more headache than it's worth. Unless you're wearing really good gloves, don't mess with the blackberry. Okay, backyard. Come on. For Pete's sake. There we go. Really need to rehang that door. Okay. There we go. Ow. All right, back here. The sun's setting, so I have to do this quickly. Back here, we've got 4 of the asparagus fronds are down, and the bricks are there basically so that we know if we're mowing back here for some strange reason, don't mow in that area. Don't mow the asparagus. So, yeah. I may have buried the asparagus a little too deep. The crowns are now a good about 8 to 10 inches below the surface level. So I couldn't find anything that said that this was going to be harmful. I know strawberries, if the crowns go down that deep, it causes problems, but asparagus, I couldn't find anything. So I think as long as the crown is able to get sunlight during the year, it will store energy in a tuber-like structure in the ground, and then at the beginning of the year it'll use that energy to put up sprouts, and then we eat said sprouts because asparagus is delicious. Backyard's a mess because kids. Over there I have the chicken coop is phase 1 is complete. I still have to put chicken wire up to complete the structure. I may actually put a roof over it. I think I'm just going to use shade cloth though, because the chickens need to have some sunlight. So we'll see what happens with that over time. Right now, it's just kind of a separate secondary project. But so that's what's going on around here. Y'all have yourselves a good one.